Padres Guardians had an interesting situation. This breakdown is brought to you by SeatGeek. The 1-0 is put in play. Manny gobbles it from his knee, throws it offline. Runner safe. Leadoff runner's on. Manny doesn't like it. Looks up at the Jumbotron, watches the replay, shakes his head. He's like, nah, I'm better than that. Should have made it. It would have been a nice play. All right? Don't be so hard on yourself. Hart, lefty on the mound, high fastball. Do you see that ball? This bothers me. That ball is awful. Come on, what are we doing? Look at his arm in the green screen. What are we doing? Don't mess with the product like this. That ball's gone right now. A couple frames later, it's just a green blob. It's not even a ball. I understand we got to do ads. I got to do ads. Everyone's got to do ads. Let's not mess with the product that much. Come on now. Come on, it's brutal. The ball disappears. You're supposed to watch the ball. The whole sport is watching the ball. 2-1 becomes 3-1, and then ball 4 outside. So now we got runners on first and runners on second. And Manny is playing in, guarding against the bunt, thinking they might try to move the runners over. Rocchio is speedster. Good bunt. Curveball in. Strike 1. Below the zone there. The 1-1. Swing and a miss through the fastball. Now runners getting their lead. Arias on second base. He's looking to score. Fouled back. Stays alive. Checks the runner. Oh, he's going. Steps off. Throws to third. Gobbled up. He's out. What happened? They say, yo, you're out for sure. And then, yeah, you interfered. So, yeah, he's out too. Double outs. That's what they're calling it. Double outs. Arias walks off, and we got to figure out what's going on. He goes, well, what do you got? Huh? What's going on? He's like, well, he tackled him basically, so he's out because he got in his way. And he goes, he didn't have the ball in his hand the whole time. He's like, yeah, I mean, but still. He's like, what about the fucking balk then? What do you mean? Huh? He's like, well, he balked, right? He's got to step off. And the ump says, he steps off the backside. You have him stepping off? Yes, I have him stepping off. Yeah, okay. I got him. Yep. So then both guys are out? Yep. All right. So he just got to walk back and eat. Let's watch a replay. What happened here? Manny grabs it, tags him, goes to transfer, doesn't get the ball out, but also Arias kind of forgets that there's still play going. You know, when old buddies hang out and they run into each other, like they hold each other up. That's what he's doing. He's like, hey, I don't want to collide into you. I want to hold you up so we don't fall. But there's still more baseball to be played. I think the runner kind of forgets that. And Manny plays this perfectly because you have to show the umpire that you were trying to continue to play so they know to call it. You know, you got to make it a little obvious for him. But he also doesn't want to lose the ball. So once he realizes his arm is getting tied up here, he's like, I'm not actually going to transfer the ball to my hand, but I am going to finish the motion so the umpire knows he got in my way. Whether you consider that selling it or not, he did get in his way. You can't do that. You can't just tackle the fielder when he's still got plays to make. So both runners are out. You got to just get out of his way or something. It's pretty weird. But Manny does a great job here playing through it, making sure everyone sees what's going on. But the bigger question that I saw everywhere was that a balk, which is always a very hard question to address. Was it a balk? He's shaking his head like, what was I doing? Why did I do that? Now, the Guardians broadcast, they were pretty adamant that it was a balk, like very adamant.
Even though that to me is a balk. I don't care what anybody says. He didn't step off.
The spin move, you're thinking he's got to step off the rubber.
He's got to step off the rubber before he throws to third base. Yeah. He can't just turn and throw. His foot was on the rubber, and you can't review it. But not one of those umpires saw it. Watch his foot that's on his left foot. Boom. He jumped. He did a spin move. You've got to step off.
Yeah.
He just spun out over to throw at third base because he saw the second baseman and he didn't do anything. So he did not step off the rubber.
So I went through a ton of footage and read the rules, and I'm not smart enough to fully wrap my head around balk rules. Someone did sum it up perfectly for me in this way. They said balks are in place so pitchers cannot deceive the runner. If the runner starts running and the pitcher is reacting to the runner, it can't be a balk because there's no deception to be had. The runner is instituting all of the motion and chaos because the runner has not been deceived. He ran before the pitcher did anything. That makes a lot of sense to me. I've never had it put like that. So that makes sense. So if the pitcher is reacting to the runner, then it's not a balk. Maybe not always, but in some senses. Now, I also read that if the runner just fake went to third and then went back to second and the pitcher threw it to third, unoccupied base, and no play to be made, it would have been a balk. The other thing people are saying is this is very similar to when a righty throws to first. That jump spin move is legal. Now, I searched every time a lefty pitcher was on the mound and threw to third base, and I didn't find any since 2022, so small period, where they did this move. So that's why in our brains, it looks like a balk because we've never seen it. What we're used to seeing is the lefty step off the back of the mound like that and put his foot down and then turn and throw. Or we're used to seeing the lefty's leg come up and then he turns and steps off the back like that and then follows the runner. But we're not used to seeing them do the jump move. Righties do it to first base all the time. It is legal like that. That's what we're seeing here, this move. So I understand why people are confused because it's not as common as you thought. I couldn't find any examples. I found examples of the rest. I saw a lot of times where the jump move is used to throw to second by a lefty like that, which is very similar. See, Blake Snell, he doesn't step off. He just jumps and spins and throws, and then the play ends up at third because the runner took off. So the runner takes off, and he throws a second, and then they throw to third. We're used to that. But in this case, he steps off in that manner and throws to third, not second. Not a balk, per everything I read and searched, but I understand the confusion because I couldn't find another video where a lefty did the spin move and threw straight to third. So if you got any more insight on that, let me know. If not, appreciate you watching. Share it, like it, subscribe. Thank you to SeatGeek for sponsoring this breakdown. You guys can enjoy 10% off any ticket with code JOMBOY2025. That's 10% off any ticket, any game you want to go to. JOMBOY2025. Appreciate you. See you later.